Morning.
We saw John Walford walking out outside. What is the latest on him with the neck?
Well, the test came back negative. He's in good spirits. We're going to continue to monitor it and go from there. But he feels good.
Did he by testing X-ray? Did he undergo an MRI?
Yeah, he underwent everything.
Wonderful.
Just like a sprained neck, basically, right now.
He's got a history of stinger, so it came up.
Todd, with the quarterbacks, obviously you're not announcing starters soon. Is it fair to say it's a close race?
Baker's our starting quarterback. Kyle's number 2.
Can you talk about, I know you know your staff, just what were the factors that went into that decision and why you thought Baker did the job?
I mean, Rick, there's a lot that goes into it. I can't sit up here and give you every detail. You know, we go through mini camp, training camp, and OTAs, and we love everything Kyle has done. And he's gotten leaps and bounds better than he has in the spring, and he's continuing to get better, and we're excited about him. Baker's our guy right now, experience-wise and understanding the playbook just a little bit better. But Kyle's on the come, but we like both guys. We like where we're at. Baker's 1, Kyle's 2.
Todd, as you go through this process to have the competition, you talked about the benefits of carrying this through, camp and not just anointing a starter early in the process. How do you think that's helped both of them going through this?
It's always great to have competition. You want to pub up both guys and make sure they're competing hard and learning everything, doing what they got to do. You don't ever want to give anybody a job. Every year at every position you have to come in and earn your spot. No different this year with quarterbacks and a new coordinator learning the system.
Coach, defensively, what are you seeing and what do you like so far?
If we can get everybody back healthy, I think we're fast when we have a full clip. But they're starting to come together communication-wise, and that's the biggest thing on defense, learning how to play with each other and communicating with each other. And I think they made progress last week. Just got to continue it.
Coach, do you have any updates on Kalijah? Do you have a timeline on where he's going to return and where he's at with his injury?
No timetable. He's getting better every day, and we'll reevaluate it the week of opening day.
Is there any concern that Ryan Jensen is going to have to be put on IR or miss the entire season?
Anytime somebody's out, there's always concern. We know what he missed last year, so we're prepared for it either way.
I know that he didn't practice this past week because he didn't make the trip with you guys. How is the knee after getting some extended rest?
It's still status quo.
Todd, is there any chance some of the other injured guys right now, like Savracier Dennis, Antoine Winfield Jr., Chase Edmonds, that they could come back this week for practice?
Early in the week, if they don't practice by Thursday, I'd say no. So we'll see how it goes.
With Jensen, is there a point at which he's not your week 1 starting center, or are you there yet?
I mean, there'll be a point at that such time, but we're not there yet.
When did you notify your quarterbacks of your decision on the starter, and when did you notify the team?
I notify the quarterbacks. The team will go with whoever's out there. We talk about it as a staff, and I'll let the quarterbacks know, and I'll let you guys know. Just like we talked about the other day. It's not a secret, but we have a process we go through, and that doesn't change for anybody.
But when did you tell them who the starter was?
Kyle found out this morning.
How was that received?
Good. Me and Kyle have a very good relationship. We talk all the time. I'm very honest to where we are with our relationship. I'm very excited about what he's done and where he's headed. And, he needs to be ready to play at any time because if Baker goes down, he'll be the guy.
Obviously, there's had a lot of change with your offensive line. I don't know how much time that they've had together, the projected 5 that you expect to start the season with, but are you concerned with just the chemistry of building since a lot of the preseason games the guys aren't in there?
They have a lot of practice time together, so I'm not concerned from that standpoint. You always want it to flow smoothly on game day. We'll get to see what it looks like this weekend. But they got a lot of practice time together. They communicate well and just continue to grow, so I'm comfortable with where they're at.
A bunch of guys held out with kind of various injuries right now. Aside from Jensen, is there anybody right now that you'd say is a question mark for week 1 or might not be ready for the opener?
Not at this time, no.
Coach, with the announcement about Baker, do you have an order of which one's going to play the first, second half of the preseason game going up against the Ravens, or is that not decided yet?
Everybody's playing. Baker's 1, Kyle's 2. The first unit will be out there. Second half, the second unit will be out there.
Todd, you talked a bunch about outside linebacker and just the depth you have there and the decisions you have to make there. Who has popped up? I think your top 3 or 4 there. Who has popped out to you among the young guys?
I mean, obviously, Yaya's made an impact when he was healthy. Hopefully, he's back this week. He practiced today, so that's a good thing. Watts and Cam have both done very well. Obviously, Ramirez is hurt. Snowden was making progress before he got hurt, and he came back, so it'll be a big game for everybody this weekend.
What do you see from K-Dot in the second year, just the growth with them?
Just consistency. You know, Cade shows up every day. He's gotten better with his block, and he understands route running very well. He understands schemes in football. He's very consistent, and he always does his job.
He missed a lot of OTAs, obviously, with the ankle last year, so has there been a big jump for him, just that he's had now an entire offseason to work with in training camp?
Well, just understanding the scheme. You know, he's a football guy. He understands the scheme very well. I think he's in a lot better shape than he was from last year because he missed that kind of time, so that helps.
What aspects of Baker's game did you like a lot, and that give you the most confidence going with him forward?
Oh, all around. I mean, he can throw it. He's very smart. He understands football very well. He can read defenses. He's very good for the scheme we're using, as is Kyle. I'm not denying that either, but Baker is the guy we're going with right now, and we're comfortable with that.
Is it good to give him, or whoever the starter was, these next 2.5, 3 weeks or so to prepare?
Yeah, it's a good time. They've been practicing with him, but now just practicing as a unit, you know. They get every day, and they work out the nuances that way. I think we have enough time.
I know you had mentioned previously that Christian is the leader in the clubhouse of the nickelback position. Just what have you seen out of Josh Hayes out there?
Josh is scrappy. He's very tough. He has excellent feet. He competes beyond belief. He's just got to clean up a few things. We really like him. He can play outside and inside. He's a very good teams player, and hopefully he can play various roles for us.
Chris not playing up against the Jets, was that a function of him being hurt or him being kind of set as a...
Him being hurt.
As we're nearing the point of having to make some cuts for this roster, do you see an increase in intensity out of these players on the field?
I think they've been going hard the whole time. You know, these guys have been practicing hard the whole time. The intensity is always there, and it's always going to be tough when you got to get down, especially now since you got to make one big cut. You know, that's going to be tough for a lot of guys. You hate to tell guys that they can't play anymore, at least in the initially part of it. You know, there's a lot of different leagues they can go to, but that's always tough when you have to cut it down.
What does the competition at tight end behind Cade look like for you right now?
It's tough. I mean, it's tough. They all do different things. You know, Cole does something different. Wells does something different. Payne just got here. You know, we got a bunch of guys that we can develop right there, but the competition's been very tough.
Are these going to be some harder cuts for you because, you know, in the past you brought back so many of your guys from previous years. You know, you returned all the guys from the Super Bowl squad, but you have so many guys now that it's like you don't know what their ceilings are. There's a lot of untapped potential that's still kind of waiting to be discovered.
There is. I don't think it's going to be any easier. It never gets easier when you tell somebody that they can't make the team, but you have to make them, and you understand that. We have a good basis on what we want to do and where we're at.
You talked going into camp about how much you like this rookie class and the depth of this rookie class. Is that even more so now after 3-4 weeks of practice in terms of the number of guys that could stick with this team?
There's a bunch of them. I mean, they all play well and they all do certain things. We really like this class, and that's all of them, even the ones that don't make the team. We really like this class, and it's really tough. They are definitely more athletic and faster than what we've had in the past, and there are going to be a lot of guys to contribute this year.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.